to the Balcombe exploration here?
Well, because of the local environmental impacts, there has been issues, for example, in the States with groundwater contamination because of the chemicals used in fracking fluids, and also because fracking isn't an efficient way of capturing gas. A lot of it is escaped into the aquifer, so the local residents are quite worried that this will happen also in their area. Plus, the village is very small and can't handle the infrastructure that's needed for fracking.
Nick, I think we can have a look at some live images from Balcombe, actually, as we continue to tour. I mean, clearly this is causing a lot of anxiety amongst the locals here. Why do you think it is being pursued so relentlessly?
Well, we do have to understand that oil and natural gas in the United Kingdom belongs to absolutely everybody, from Land's End to John O'Groats. All we're trying to do right now is to explore, to find out what that resource is. It will be irresponsible to say we don't need it. This is oil we're looking for, by the way, for which there is no effective substitute except natural gas in transportation. So it really would be irresponsible not to at least look. And all Quadrilla are trying to do right now is to put one 6-inch hole in the ground, look around for about a month, and that's it.
So as Quadrilla, the company behind this, I mean, that's a fair point, Fiona, isn't it? This is exploratory and nothing more at this stage.
Well, I think the problem is they do want to find oil, and what that will actually mean when they do find oil, if they do, is that infrastructure will take place and the drilling will take place. But also the trucks that are involved, even in the exploratory drilling, there's a huge number of trucks and the roads aren't built to deal with it. The road that's actually the access point to the site is by a primary school, and although the Quadrilla have tried to reassure the parish council, for example, by saying that they won't drive in the times that pick up and collection for schools, actually there's no way that they can guarantee that. Because as we all know with project management, things go wrong, things arrive late, that's life. There's no way that they can ensure that. Although, yes, Nick says, oh, this is actually, for the good of everyone. Well, with our current energy crisis, we have a real opportunity, as we know, that we're in a kind of crossroads with which direction we go for the next 20 years of what energy sources we use. We could use this as an opportunity rather than adding to more fossil fuels to the energy mix, which puts us in jeopardy of meeting our climate change targets. We have a real opportunity of putting taxpayers' money and the subsidies that George Osborne are proposing to subsidise the fracking industry into renewables, which actually would serve us better in the long term rather than having to do in 20 years' time do a U-turn when we realise that all this gas and oil that has potentially been brought up runs out.
Nick, do you understand the concerns of the people that live in the area, that they simply say they don't have the infrastructure to support this type of exploratory...
Balcombe pointed out that we'd be talking about once every 20 minutes a truck, and that would be for a period of about 6 weeks. Now, on the other side, we have to mention that this is a benefit to the UK economy of potentially billions. And this is of something that we're going to get. Now, oil, this is very interesting because Greenpeace scaled the Shard recently to protest against Arctic oil drilling. It's really, there's something immoral, I think, that we say, well, we're going to be using oil, but people in the Nigerian Delta or the Arctic or the Amazon rainforest will have it there. We can do it correctly here in the UK, safely, and we can get the benefit for the people of the country.
It's a non-starter. I mean, if we're talking about economic growth, and we want that in this country, well, the green economy in the UK has grown by 4.8% since the recession, and it's actually the highest growth in any country that has a green economy, and renewables makes up a third of that. Realistically, oil and gas are going to cost more and more to extract because of the very nature of them being in a much harder to reach place. It doesn't make sense economically to pursue oil and gas. We should be investing in renewables.
Well, it's a debate which is going to go on for plenty of time in Balcombe,
sure.
and indeed, actually, it's something which does need to be discussed more widely. Nick, Fiona, thank you both very much indeed. Any thoughts on that, send them to news@sky.